Like right now, it may seem like you guys are spinning your wheels because you guys have been going at this for a long time, and like a lot of these problems seem like big problems. They're only big problems because you've had them for a long time. But big problems almost always don't require big solutions. It's usually just a bunch of small, like little solutions, right?
Mm,
That intertwine. And when they work synergistically, make like a really tight rope, that solves that issue for you. So if you can
mm,
fix a bunch of these small things, one thing at a time, like obviously you want to work on the most important stuff first. And then over time, you're going to have smaller and smaller threads, but it's just going to be tighter and tighter. Yeah, but that tells me you guys do things. Okay, this is one of my biggest issues. Like you can be really good at something, right? But if you're not aware of the thing that you're good at when you're not good at it, then you're not actually good at it. And what I mean by that is a good example is Hal. Hal has gotten really bad at using cover. That's the other main reason why they relegated him to Watson, because on Bang, he forgot how to use cover and how to approach fights with cover. It's really simple. They understood it instinctually, but they weren't like aware of it on a conscious level, right? So they realized instinctually, oh, we should put him on Watson because something's up with Bang. His Bang sucks. But all they have to do is to fix that is just say use cover and use your smokes. That's it. The thing is, though, you weren't aware, like to bring it back to my point with like Hanzi, you weren't aware of the fact that you were pushing this by yourself and that you need to push this with two people. So there are a lot of things that you guys are doing, like you're doing well, but
mm.
you're not doing it on purpose, if that makes any sense.
Mm,
You're winning by accident just because you're naturally good. You want to do shit on purpose. I'm going to focus on how you guys talk to each other outside of the game because even that Hanzi is incredibly inefficient. Okay?
mm,
And so
mm,
what you're doing right now is giving him the reasoning, right? The reason to do
mm,
something, right? When you want to address someone's behavior, address the behavior. That's it.
mm,
So like it's much more because this is much like let's say you get an argument with your girlfriend, you live with your girlfriend, and she says, "I'm mad at you. I feel like you don't do enough like in the household, you don't keep up, like your end of like the responsibility." She just tells you that and you're like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" Right? But it's much more efficient for her to be like, "I just need you to take out the trash and wash the dishes more." And if you're a dumb fucking stupid guy because you're a guy, you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that." I'll take out the trash more and I'll wash the dishes more. You know, that's it. Like that's way more effective than being like, you know, trying to explain your side of everything, right? So for acquaintance,
mm,
all you have to do to address this behavior, right? Like again, you can command each other. You are informing him right now, right? This is ineffective to change behavior. The easiest way to change behavior is with a command, you
mm,
know? So tell him to smoke forward. Yeah. So right now, outside of the game, just say, hey, acquaintance, I want you to reserve a smoke to smoke forward in the future so we can close the distance. Is that unreasonable, acquaintance?
Uh,
Yeah, there you go. See how easy that is? Hey, next time just smoke
mm,
forward and we'll just do that again. Just make sure, and then obviously you're going to forget, but try to have a smoke so that way we can smoke forward. And then that's it.
mm,
It doesn't have to be this long ass conversation. So I highly recommend that you guys try to command each other outside of the game as well. Um, that way, plus like when you're informing like that, there's like a lot of misinterpretation, There's a lot of like
mm,
room for people to like misunderstand you. If you just say, "Hey, do this and don't do that." It's that simple.
mm,
Because if like you're not trying to address his philosophy in the game or his emotions. Just say, hey, do this, don't do that. Pause. Okay,
Follows?
everyone's saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, right? Which is fine, but I would very much prefer you just say push, 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 push. And then also you want to subdivide the space again, because there's a box there, right? You want to left and right. You know,
Right. Yeah.
so push left, push left, push left. So that way, if
Hmm.
you have two people on the left side and there's one person over here, you can just turbo fuck them, right? Same thing here. And if there's end up two people on this side, you can smoke that side and then just full focus, right? It's much more fair. But if you do it here and only two people are pushing and there's two people here and one person here, that's not good. You know? These
Yeah.
guys
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so try to like again, this is something I've talked about with my team a little bit. Again, they don't fucking practice, but like just try to control as little space as possible first, and then you want to spread out. Like, no offense, like, yes, it's good that you won like this fight, but honestly, it's just like like when Rocky is like when Rocky says like, "Oh, this was a decent lobby," I laugh, and he thinks I'm like laughing at him. I'm like, no, I'm just like holding us to a higher standard. I'm thinking about LAN, I'm thinking about LAN top 5 players. Those are the people
Hmm.
that I'm thinking about. Like, why don't you try to hold yourself to that standard? You should. Like fighting against these guys, these are absolute shitters, and like it shouldn't feel good to
Ah.
beat a team like this. It just shouldn't.
So,
If you're doing an EMP or a bang ult or any kind of ult, just say it's your ult. Okay. Please
Yeah.
save your nades. This is a huge issue with my team. Like, my team doesn't save their nades for end zone at all.
hmm.
Yeah. No one is talking. Go back 10 seconds, please. Holy fuck.
Down below.
Late as fuck, okay, late as
Just
fuck.
listen to the comms. Am I deaf?
Right then. Wait, you're fighting it?
Oh my god. We're gonna talk about 3-2-1. Try to 3-2-1 all your fights. If you have the time, which you should, and you guys had fucking 10 seconds of walking up and saying nothing. Like, just try to control the timing of this. It's like, hey, are you guys near? All right, I'm gonna drop down. Are you guys ready? Like, don't walk up yet. You ready? Alt it. EMP. Do you have EMP? Good. EMP. 3, 2. Because if he EMPs and you're down here, again, look at this 2-1, dude. We were talking about 2-1. This 2-1 is terrible. Why is this 2-1 bad?
Bang is alone and Crypto and Watson are playing. Like,
No, because
he's a hack above, like he can't help.
no, because
Even not.
if you EMP, right, you will be 3 seconds behind. That means if he pushes, if your Watson pushes, he's going to be alone.
Hmm.
And then it's going to be, and then your Bangalore is going to push alone. So you're literally taking you're taking several 1v1s in a row. So again, this is a role issue. In a situation like this, like you want to, like, maybe you couldn't help it, right? Fine, whatever. You can still pull this off with the 3-2-1 timing, right? But preferably you want your Watson and your Bang together, and then your Crypto to be over here, right? That's much more effective. Like if your Crypto was up here and your Bang was down there, this would have been 10 times more effective. Okay? But since you aren't doing that, the other way you can resolve this is just by timing this better. Look at the timing of this. Can you press play, please? So he's distracting, right?
Right then.
And then they push. Like, look at the tempo. So he pushes, they push first, and then you push, and then they 3v2 that for free, basically.
Yeah. And like you said, there was like basically no comms from the EMP and Ross and me sliding down together.
Imagine if he jumped, like, Acquaintance jumped 2 seconds earlier, because you control the timing with your comms. This would have been over instantly. You guys would have won.
Yeah,
Press play, please.
actually.
Yeah. Press
What's
play.
that, sorry?
You're fighting it?
Yeah, if you had dropped 2 seconds earlier, like if Crust had said that, then
No. Oh, I've been hit.
Yeah.
Fine. No.
that was really bad.
Oh shit.
That was really
Yeah, yeah, I know.
bad. Yeah.
Prime Yesh.
That's okay though. But the thing is though, don't just blame Brash. Everybody needs to control that. It's not just Yesh. Could have just said wait. Just wait. Just say wait. You ready? 3, 2, 1, push. You could have the exact same comm. Again, everybody in the fight is the IGL. Everybody. Press play. Okay, I guess we'll talk about roles now. This is a good timing. Okay, IGL. IGL. We're gonna do 80-20 split. Okay? 80%, 20%. Who's this? I don't like that. We'll do blue. 80, 20. IGL and then support. Okay. So Yesh, your job 80% of the time is to think of a plan and say it. And say the plan. That's it. Plan A with occasionally plan B. That's it. Do we win the game? Or are we going for kills? That is most of your job. That includes going here, going here, going here. Do we stay here for a while and chill? You know,
Mm.
that kind of a thing. That's your job 80% of the time. 20% of the time, you are thinking about threats. You are anticipating threats. What is the difference between anticipating threats and looking for threats? The difference is if you are looking for
Expecting.
yeah, and you have a counter plan for it,
Mm.
right? Like, hey,
Mhm.
if there's a team here, we need to take this building and then see what they're doing, right? And then we might have to fight that team. Like you want to have these kinds of conversations, right? You want to have those again, a lot of this is just done by talking, man. It's crazy. Support, acquaintance, Hansi. Your job 80% of the time is do you guys want to make a guess?
Support.
Okay. You are support.
You have set the
Buddy.
bar way too low.
What is your job 80% of the time?
Watching
Group B dog.
Friends.
No, Group B dog.
Sorry?
Okay. No. Your job 80% of the time is anticipating threats. Anticipate threats. What do you think your job 20% of the time is? It's not that hard.
Yo,
Guys.
wait.
Guys.
Are we a CC? Are we a CC team?
Okay.
No, don't ask me
Do,
this, my
do I do
brainium,
it?
bro.
Do I do
Your
it, bro?
job,
Do I do
your
it, bro?
job is to think of
Thank you,
plan
bro.
B, motherfuckers. Look, do you see this? You guys have the same
Yo.
things, but at different ratios. That's it. Okay? You have the same thing, but at different ratios. And what does that mean? So, like, most of the time, yes, you're going to be thinking about how do we win this game or how do we get the most points? That's all you're thinking about, right? That includes everything that you already know about the game. Whatever. Cool. And then 20% of the time, you're going to be anticipating threats. How do you do that? You just say care. Like care left, care right, care this choke, you know? Just be careful of this. You hear people say care, 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 care. And it's not because they care about that person. They're just saying just be careful of this threat or this threat or this threat or people coming up here to, fuck us in the ass. That kind of a thing. Okay? So
Mm.
that's care. So you use that with the words care. Care, 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 care. Right? That's most of your job, Hansi and acquaintance. Your job is to anticipate those threats. And not just anticipate those threats, you want to have a plan for those threats. If that team is on height, you know what I mean? And they EMP you, you need to know what building to play, right? If you're here and they EMP you, we say fall back, play on me, play on me, play on me. Go over this way, push them, push left, push left, push left, right? Pana is really good at this, and he's really like I say he's like top 3 in the region, maybe top 2 in the region when it comes to anticipating threats and knowing how to handle like a threat before it even happens. Right? We'll be like, oh, there's something like there's team coming in from the south. I think they're gonna fuck us. They're gonna come this way. We have to play this building over here. Yes, you should gen. Kilo, gen. Are you ready? Ready? They're gonna EMP us. As soon as they EMP us, we play on the gen. Ready? We play on the gen. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. The EMP, put down a gen. We play on the gen, reset, get like 25 health each, pop a cell each. So that's 50 health. We regain it, and then we counter push on the left side. Right? That's usually how we survive a lot of those fights. And then plan B. And the reason why your job is to think of plan B is because sometimes Yesh will, let's say, like, how would you path this? Yesh, you would go here, right? Maybe, or you would try to
Yeah.
play
Kill
here
try to kill the team on the left and then walk in from the
like this.
towards Echo, the team near Gram
No,
Cannon.
no, he means threat. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your plan, right? That's plan A. But if
Mm.
it's too hot and dirty or whatever, and you don't have enough meds or something like that, and you don't like how that's looking out, you're like, oh, you're fucked. What, like Hanzi, an acquaintance, you're gonna see Yash like hesitate. When that happens, offer another plan. Just say, hey, we can go over here. This is free. We can just chill here until and hold people out, or we can chill here. And then don't ask, just offer the plan. Just say, hey, we can back up and go over here on my ping.
Yeah, I'm the counter call king.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, you want to offer it as a plan after. It's not a counter call, Just say like, "Hey, this is a plan after." Like, if he has a plan, stick to the plan. But if you see him hesitate, he's like, "Hey, we can do this," and all he has to do is just say no. Like, no, we're gonna commit to this. Just offer the plan. Like, hey, we can do this. Like, all right, cool. And then he says, "No, we're gonna commit." All right, let's do it. Cool. So, again, you should constantly, if you watch what's his name on NIP, Zane is really good at anticipating threats, like insanely good. All right, let's keep playing. Bro, this region
I had it hit.
sucks, and I'm not even talking about like the skill. I'm just like compared to NA, like the ping,
Nah, we
like
can-
the
we can
quality
do-
of
we can
servers,
deliver.
like
Come
the
on.
number of cheaters compared to NA is just like people in NA
Yeah,
bitch and
no,
complain
but
like
fuck,
you
yeah, I
don't
will come on,
understand. You just don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Like it's such a huge buff to like play in NA. Like you have way more scrims, you have people who actually care. Like you have people who are getting paid, so they actually care about the game. So yeah, fucking, it's a huge, huge disparity. And it's funny to me that like the best players have come from APAC South, despite all this bullshit. Like when you're doing these kinds of situations, I talk about this with my team like early in their days, like when I first joined them, is scout, 3 S's in a row, spot, shoot. And it has to be in this order, right? Most teams, good teams, don't know how to scout, right? And actively scout. And I'm not just talking about your drone. Like what you're doing right now, acquaintance, that's good. Like that's scouting. You're trying to see like what the threats are and like what positions are available, right? So threats and positions, spot, and then shoot. This is the thing that people mix up. A lot of people shoot before they have a spot. What does that mean? They shoot out in the open with no cover, and then they die. Right? So, like, I would try to think about that when you are trying to hold people out. If you're trying to hold people out in open space or a position where you don't have like a power position, you're going to get fucked. And all you're going to be is just like cannon fodder. Can you press play, please? So make sure you try to get a good spot before you try to hold people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, banger.
Pause here for a second. This would have been so much This would have been so much better if you secured this spot here and then you expanded to, you know what I mean? Like, and then you expanded to like trying to fuck teams. Imagine if you guys got here, like 20 seconds ago. Like, fuck. Hey, it's like scout for a spot. That's it. Scout, spot, shoot. Everybody repeat after me. What is step number 1?
Scout.
Teammates. Oh no.
Shoot.
Fuck you.
I'm a
Scout, spot, shoot. Get your scouting. Scout first. Get your spot.
Probably scout first,
Control your
run for the
spot.
Moby.
And then shoot.
80%.
Yeah,